Okay, so I felt led to touch on this subject this morning, the spirit of abortion, because I don't think people understand it and they don't understand the ramifications of it, and that you need to be delivered from it if you don't want stuff just popping off in your life any kind of way it wants to. So let's just talk about that. And this isn't going to be very, very long. And this is not something to make you feel bad because God forgives us of everything. So I'm going to just go through it, and you can just begin to pray about it in your own time and see what the Lord is saying to you concerning it. So the spirit of abortion will make things abort in your life prematurely, right? It will make your ideas not produce. Your financial flow will seem to dry up. Your dreams won't come to fruition. You'll be working hard and wondering, okay, where's the harvest? And I don't see it, and what's going on? And you won't even know what's going on. You can launch all day. If the spirit is on your life, you'll launch and it'll be just, trickles of sales, right? The good ideas you produce aren't gaining any momentum, and you can't really put your finger on what's happening. This is usually what's going on behind the scenes. The spirit of abortion is tied to Molech, and you can look that up. People sacrifice, even in biblical times, babies to Molech, and because a life was terminated, it opens the door to the spirit of abortion. Maybe you're saying, well, I'm not launching anything, I don't have a business. It could be the same thing with your job. You're wondering what's going on with your promotion or why you're not getting ahead, and you can't really put your finger on what's going on. You know that you're trying your hardest, but it seems like nothing is coming to fruition, right? It could be the reason why. The spirit of abortion could be the reason why there's no upward mobility happening in your life or for you, right? The spirit of abortion comes to abort. And abort means to end prematurely. So that means something that should have longevity would just be halted and cut off just like that, right? If it seems like, and I wrote this down to remember to share it, if it seems like everything in your life is ending prematurely, this may be the reasons. Maybe your marriage ended. It may be the reason why now you want to have a baby and you keep having miscarriage after miscarriage after miscarriage. Maybe you don't have any friends, or your friendships are all broken and fragmented and end for no legitimate reason. What we need to understand is that having an abortion opens the door to this spirit, right? Not just for the woman, but if the man or maybe your mom or your dad is paying for you to have an abortion, you all become parties of this spirit, and you open the door to this spirit in your life. The spirit of abortion is nasty. It's a nasty spirit. It comes to just like decimate everything in your life. Like I said before, and I think I've said this in several other videos, we have to make sure we aren't just saying, sorry, God, but that we're repenting. Our heart is truly turned away from that kind of behavior, and that we are closing the door that was open by participating in abortion. The spirit of abortion will stall your inheritance. Maybe you receive prophetic words and you're like, well, what's going on? I don't see it happening. It will stall your inheritance. It will make things that should happen not happen. And here's the thing. God forgives. So if you had an abortion or you helped someone pay for an abortion, you can repent and God will legitimately forgive you. And that's why God is so good, because he knows we make mistakes. He knows the enemy comes to tempt us or put us in situations where we feel like we have no choice. But after you repent, deliverance is still necessary, right? So here's the thing, and it's an analogy the Lord gave me. I didn't know where he was going with it at first, but I'm just going to share it. So if you play with matches and if you play with matches and you burn your bed, say in your bedroom, you're playing with matches as a kid or an adult or a teen, and you burn up your mattress, right? You can go to your parents and say, I'm sorry, I burned the mattress, and they will forgive you, right? But then you still have to deal with the fact that your mattress is burnt. So same thing, like the spirit of abortion. You can say, Lord, I'm truly sorry that I had an abortion. I didn't understand what was going on. I felt like I had no choice. Maybe you were molested by of a family member, your father, you didn't want to have the baby. Maybe you were raped, you didn't want to have the baby. You can say, Lord, I'm sorry, I didn't know, and God will forgive you. But then you still have to deal with the consequences of the abortion. The door that was open needs to be closed shut. And any spirits that got entrance into your life because you committed this act, you need to go through deliverance so they can be cleaned out and broken off of your life. So we can pray, we can repent. But like I always say, there are things that require deliverance, because when we're in our broken state or traumatic state, or, we're hurting, we allow access without knowing through those broken places. And, like I said before, we don't get to pick and choose what demons enter. So close the door, go through deliverance, cancel the enemy's assignment on your life, and you will begin to sense a shift. You will begin to apply for job promotions and get them. You will begin to launch products or a business and see success. There are people, and I just hear the Lord saying it to me now, who launch a business, it's not successful. They don't press in to find out why, so they figure out something else to launch, and then they launch something else. That's not really all that successful, so they put that down and they figure out something else they want to do. So they're just going through life like launching all these different businesses instead of sitting with God and finding out why the one business that you felt you were led to launch hasn't done anything, isn't growing, isn't earning you any revenue. Again, the spirit of abortion is nasty. It doesn't care, well, I was 8 years old and I was molested. I was 15 and I was raped. It doesn't care about any of that. And sometimes, we can go through this thing because our parents maybe pushed us. You're not having a child. You're having an abortion. And we feel like we have no choice because maybe at the time we weren't of legal age. Once you realize what's going on or what could be happening to break that off your life, now you need to repent, you need to turn away from that behavior, you need to go through deliverance, you need to close the door, and you don't need to revisit that kind of thing in your life again. Abortion is a really sensitive topic. A lot of people don't want to talk about it, they don't want to teach about it. But it's affecting so many people's lives. They spend their entire life feeling like they're this close to a financial breakthrough and then nothing. Or they feel like they're this close to, a promotion or, something grand, that inheritance that Deuteronomy 8:18 and Deuteronomy 1:11, the wealth and the inheritance that the Bible speaks of. They always spend their lives feeling like they're this close to it and then nothing. The spirit of abortion could be at play. It could be at play. And like I said, here's the thing. You don't have to be the person who had it. Maybe you paid for it. Maybe you gave someone money to carry out this assignment. That's almost like funding terrorists. Whatever you're giving money to, you become a party to that sin too. So, we just have to check our lives. That's what these videos are about. It's about checking our lives. It's not pointing the finger, blame game, any of that stuff, but it's letting you know that, okay, this might be something that's hindering you. close the door so that God can do what he needs to do in your life. And he always wants to do something good. The enemy is always the one that wants to steal from us, okay? Hope that helped you today. Share this with someone in a sensitive way. If you know this could be something that they're experiencing, because this is something that they've done. And again, be sensitive about it. Don't just say, you had an abortion, here you go, watch this. Talk about it, and maybe say, let me just send you something so you can understand what this spirit does, and then go ahead and send them the information. Leave me a comment if this helped you. Leaving a comment doesn't mean I had an abortion, but if you got greater understanding with this teaching, I definitely want to know. See you next time.